Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by my channel. Today I would like to share a journal that I made last month, and for some reason I totally forgot to take a video of it, so that's what I'm doing today. It's another one of the Amity Bloom inspired old book pages no-sew journal method. I love that method. It's really fun, it's different, and I think this is like my 5th journal that I made in this method. So of course it's a soft cover journal, and on the front I just did a little silk ribbon embroidery and just kind of framed it. Let's see here. And I used, of course, some Bloom tape. I love her tape, and I hope everyone gets in on the next, which I didn't write down the date, but it's coming up, so keep an eye open for Nazi's of Amity Bloom's washi tape. She's going to be releasing some more of the big packs. And anyway, I hope some of you who haven't gotten any, I hope you get a chance to get some. So I used some old lace, and it was all wrinkled like this after I had washed it, you know, quite a while ago, and just put it in my collection, but I didn't iron it because I love that effect. I love vintage, I love everything that looks old. So on the spine, this was an old dress, an old beaded dress that has little pearls and bugle bead sequins, and I've got a nice piece of it left, but I use it every once in a while. I used to use it in my crazy quilting, but not too much because you know, it is textural and it could get caught on things, but on a journal spine I think it's perfectly fine. So let's open her up. Under the front cover, I'll try to stay in frame this time. Under the front cover I put another, the piece of lace that the border is from. As you can see, it's a beautiful lace. So under the cover I just tucked in some of the kits. I love purple, it's my favorite color, and I used it once before, but this is mainly used, I mainly used Amity Bloom's Layla kit. It's just beautiful, and as I said, I love purple, so I went for it. Oh, this is a dual pocket. That's why I'm having issues. You can go under there and then put some on top. So it's a double pocket under the cover. Oh, and I also used Art House Whimsy's She Has Wings. The Fairies. I love the fairies with the little girls. As you can see, I have several of the Art House Whimsy, like She Has Summer, She Has Spring. If you haven't seen them before, you've got to go check it out because they're just beautiful images, and she gives you tons of them. So anyway, I did print it off, of course, on cardstock, and I did add a few sayings: take time to stop and smell the flowers. And I put some of this, if you don't know about it, excuse my arm, but my Sampool design team group, someone had mentioned that had used these pearls. I think it was Dodie, but I'm not sure. I think it was Dodie. I'm not sure. But she, Dorothy Jane, she uses this, and it's from Amazon, and it's so delicate. It's just a most beautiful little pearl chain. And then of course you can get the little rhinestone as well, and I got the ab finish because it's sparkly colors. But anyway, they're both on Amazon, and I don't get anything for this, of course. I just want to share because I think these little accents put a lot into a journal, but they're not expensive at all. They're very reasonable. Anyway, enough for that Amazon plug. So I made one of my seed packets, lavender seeds, that you could just tuck some little secret note in, or you can put some little seeds in if you're going to give this as a gift. And then the little file folder. And then I printed one of the fairies on canvas printer paper that you can use in a slow stitch or put on a tag or whatever. And this is one of my favorite laces, and it came purple. I didn't dye it. And I would love to find some more, but I know that it's very old, so I probably won't. And I used another cute little fairy girl and just tucked in one of Amity Bloom Layla cards. And this little butterfly, I added some stamens, some vintage ones that my friend Terry from Connecticut gave me. They're just little purple with white heads, and I thought it'd be pretty in this book. And then some floral trim with some dainty lace. And I just put this little card in the center. I should have turned it into a booklet, but I just wasn't thinking. But you could easily add a little booklet with some washi tape. You could just do some pages of to write on, or just leave it like for a secret note, letter, or poem, or some of your favorite sayings. And then I just added some lace and some washi, and under this pretty netted lace, I added some more of her pretty little cards. Oh, and this moth, which I can't remember whose it was, but I added stamens as well, some little black ones. And another little fairy with a pretty journaling card. Lilacs are the sweetest bloom. And she's just a tuck spot. And this doily, it was a linen doily, and this was the edging, and it was just too pretty to not use. And I tucked this little pretty journaling card in it. But I just love this piece, but it's time to let go of some of my treasures, because if they're just sitting in a box, what good are they? I've enjoyed them. I've enjoyed discovering them and, you know, having them in my collection and looking at them. So it's time to pass it on. Sweet little fairy. And some of Nazzie's bloom tape with the sayings. I love her bloom tape with the sayings. I have been collecting a few, and I'll probably continue collecting them because I just love them. I know you can, you know, write your own things. My handwriting is atrocious. I take after my father. We kind of have chicken scratch. My mother's handwriting is gorgeous, but she didn't pass that on to me. So anyway, this tag, just a journaling tag. It's just a regular, I forgot what they're called, like invoice tag. And I just kind of collaged it and tucked, or used a little paper clip with some pretty lace and a mother of pearl dyed button. And just tucked it under this pretty rose. Wherever life plants you, bloom with grace. And just a little one of those vintage little flocked flowers. And another canvas fairy to use as you wish. It's on a nice sturdy canvas, so you could turn it, you could put it on a tote or anything. And I love this, I don't know whose this is from, but I love that little photo. And some bloom tape. And this is just a poem that I enjoyed about bees. Oh, I didn't put something in there, but I will slip something in there and probably a few more cards in here. It's just a sweet little card of a little girl among the flowers. I will definitely fill that with some pretty cards. And here's a piece of an applique that I had in my crazy quilting days. I love that piece. And I did create with a lot of purples, but I hung on to that piece. I don't think it's really old, but it's just beautiful. I just tucked a little tag in there. She knew her beauty blossomed like lilac petals. And then underneath here, I did put another canvas fairy, a larger one. Now that would be cute on a tote. Put fabric around it, or even just a trim if you didn't want to stitch around it. Oop. And then a pretty journaling card. I love that. And underneath the pocket, or the flap, I just added a couple of, now this is from my digitals. I have a collection which I'm trying to learn how to configure it so I could put it in my Etsy shop. I have several digitals that I played around with a program and used. But if someone could tell me, because I'm going to offer them very inexpensively because it was really fun to make, and you know, I just don't want to start doing digitals, but I would like, I've had several people ask me if I would put my digitals in my shop, my Etsy shop, Pat Winter gatherings, but I don't know how. So anyway, a nice floral netted page for journaling, and then I put some bling, some of that little glue on, the little pretty sparkly, I don't know if you can see them or not, but I thought they would be pretty on that really thin, fine lace. And under this flap, there was just an old songbook that I have, and it happened to have butterflies and fairies. So I covered the back with the old paper that was a blank page in the book, and as you can see, it's all ragged and stuff. I love that. I left it alone. I didn't, you know, bend it up or glue it or anything. So I thought that was kind of neat. And then I used a piece of mica for one of my pressed flowers that I pressed this spring in the garden, from my garden. The Earth Laughs and Flowers, a little piece of vintage lace. And I used this envelope and this, which is so pretty with a bow, as a tuck spot for another of the Layla cards, and used it as a pocket for more of her beautiful journaling cards. It's a very simple, it's not a huge journal. It's just something that perhaps you could take out to your garden and, you know, just jot your thoughts on. Some vintage crochet in purple. And this pocket holds a large journaling card and a medium one. Simple, but very, I love that one. The pale purple with the violets, it's beautiful. I really love this kit. So thank you, Nazi. I really love this kit. And in this little doily with the little butterfly, I'm sure everybody's got this type of lace. It's either on a long strand or it's little doilies, which I believe was intended to make like a large hook together to make a large tablecloth or something. I don't know. But it has a little tea bag, which actually comes out. It's got a little bird on it. It's filled with lavender. So it's like a little sachet. It's smelly. And when the smell starts to dissipate, you can always put some lavender oil and refresh it. A little applique and a piece of lace with muslin. This for something different. And under this flap, I have, this is Layla. And it's just a journaling card, of course. But the pages, look at the lilac is so beautiful. And the butterfly. Oh, and I made one of my little corner bookmark things that you could just like decorate a page, or, you know, just use it as a bookmark where you've want to write next. And under here is another pretty little fairy looking at her reflection in the water. And I have an envelope and a fussy cut that was just, it's simple and pretty, and you can jot, definitely you could jot dates or a little note on that. And this envelope has a couple of cards, journaling cards in it from someone else. Oh no, it's not journaling cards, it's a little nice space to write. I have to find out whose that is because I did use it previously in this journal. Just a pretty little envelope that you can put your own things in. And then some trim with some ribbon flowers. And then the last, no, this isn't, yeah, it is. The last page is just some chiffon, dyed chiffon with some mother of pearl vintage buttons, and then one of my favorite laces that reminds me of a fence. So that is the last page, and I have this pretty purple card, and in this glassine bag is just a journaling card, very simple. And this is just a little add-on that I wanted to use because I love that picture. And I put another piece of mica over top of one of my dried pansies. You hold the beauty of life in your hands, and it flips down so you can write. And then this little clip is just a small bull clip. I think that's what it's called. And just has another piece of that dress, that beaded dress, vintage, and a piece of oh my goodness, I can't think of it. Oya, O-Y-A, Turkish Oya. And my friend Renjin Yazitas, she used to make this in my crazy quilting days. She would make strands of it, and I purchased quite a bit for my collection, but this isn't one of them. But I love that with the little purple and the white bugle beads. And I just placed a little envelope that you could do as you wish, and a journaling card of another envelope, and then another one of those little booklets, and then a piece of paper to write a lot on. Just a blank piece to write on. Whoop, let's do this and that, and then this. So there, it's a nice size to, like I said, to carry with you out to the garden, or if you're going to a botanical garden or on a little day trip. And you could easily put this into your purse, and that just keeps that closed. And on the back is just, that's a greeting card that I received. And I just put on a little piece of vintage music paper. Oh, I didn't open it. I did not open it, sorry. This is from the old music book, the old piece of blank paper that was in it, so that's why it's all tattered. And then another pretty little fairy that I watercolored her little dress, and then added, it's a two-part, or two-section. This, I just put a little flower up there, and she's so cute. It says she was as beautiful as lilacs. I just tucked that in there, and this mica covered flower. This is actually, it was pink, and I dried it in the microwave, and it turned this beautiful lavender color. That is a bleeding heart. If you can, I don't know if you can tell if it's not pink, but it was a, you know, the beautiful regular colored bleeding heart pink. But it turned purple, so it went in here. And that's it. That is the little fairies in my garden journal. And if you're interested, you could let me know in the comments. I'm going to let it go for a couple days, and then I'm going to be putting it in my Etsy shop. But if I put it in my Etsy shop, it is going to cost more, of course, because the Etsy fees, the PayPal fees, and all that stuff. So anyway, if you're interested, let me know. I will put my email address. You could just write me there because people are having trouble finding me. I am on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, Pat Winter Gatherings, Pat Winter Journals, and of course here on YouTube. So thanks for watching, and I hope you are not experiencing the heat that we are, and I hope you're staying cool and enjoying your moments. Thank you very much, and have a great day. Bye-bye.